Is the society becoming anti-male?
Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of 2026 of Listen Up, the Girl Up ESCP podcast. Today, I'm here with Thais and I'm Nina. We interviewed some people and we asked them controversial questions in order to see where we stand on societal expectations and gender-related issues. Let's dive more into the topic.
Today, we had only one rule: answering to as many questions as possible in a span of 90 seconds. Then, some of them could explain a bit more their answers in the second part of the video. You're gonna see some questions are quite interesting. Stay tuned! Are women favored by the justice system? No.
No.
No. Yes.
What do we think about that?
Well, we agree to a certain extent. In some cases, women are indeed favored by the justice system.
Really? How so?
Yes, well, some American studies, used data sets from the American federal sentences, and they revealed that women were receiving shorter sentences than men for the same offenses. What are the reasons for that, you may ask?
I'm asking, and so are they.
Well, the first reason is the perception of dangerousness. In fact, women are perceived as less dangerous than men. Another reason is their role of care, love. They are associated with family responsibilities, and so, again, they are seen as less dangerous. And it seems more logical for them to have shorter sentences and less harsh sentences. And the last reason for women to receive less harsh and shorter sentences is the paternalism effect.
But what is the paternalism effect?
Well, basically, it's the idea that judges are most of the time men. And what men want to do, and most of the times, they want to protect women. So that is why they will impose shorter sentences, because they feel like they have to protect those women and protect them from jail, from harsh sentences, from a hard life. And that is one, I think, of the major reasons why they have shorter sentences.
It does make sense in a way. But don't you think that a system which is failing to protect women as victims cannot favor them?
But how does it fail to protect women?
Because women have more chance to be victims of domestic abuse or sexual assaults or a lot of different things, but most of the cases are never prosecuted. Indeed, women are seen as more sentimental or rather emotional, so the case is not going to be prosecuted. But we also need to underline all of the systemic and structural factors. Indeed, women and men are socialized in a different manner. It means that men tend to take more risk and to be more impulsive, whereas women are socialized in order to please all of the other people, which means that they are not going to do a lot of crimes compared to men. This is why they have less sentences against them.
Thank you for your answer. But in the end, is it linked again to patriarchy?
But is even patriarchy a real thing? Is patriarchy still a real thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, patriarchy is indeed still a real thing in the sociological sense. It means that it is a structural system in which men and women are expected to play a gender role. For example, for men to be virilist, not to be emotional, or for women to take care of men and to be careful about the others.
That's true. But something we often forget is that this system is obviously harmful for women, but also for men.
Indeed, even if it tends to favor men in general, for example, when they're seeking for a job or something like that, they are still harmed by the system. For example, there are rigid masculinity norms, or they tend to seek less help.
For example, in the Addis and Mahalek article of 2003 entitled Men, Masculinity and the Context of Help Seeking, they showed how masculine socialization and norms can inhibit psychological and medical help seeking.
Is sexual freedom judged differently for men and women?
Yes.
Yes. What?
Yep.
Throughout history, women have always been judged differently for their sexual behaviors and sexual life. Their sexual freedom is judged from men, from other women, from everyone in the society. This is a recurrent pattern that we see and we can recognize like in celebrities' life or in professional life. Even in judicial cases, when a judge asks a woman that has suffered rape or sexual assaults what she was wearing, did she say no? Did she really said no, or was she in fact asking for it? And it is really like a double standard in our society. For men, having multiple partners is like a reward. They are glorified and it's something really positive for them. On the other hand, for women, it is one of the most embarrassing things that you could do, having multiple partners, dating multiple guys. For women, when this happens, you are socially and morally judged by the society, by your neighbors, by, in fact, again, everyone. Now, let's watch a little extract of an interview of a celebrity.
If you were talking to your little sister now, and the girl who said that she was going to stay a virgin till she got married, do you still think there's something to be said for that?
I think, honestly, if you can wait till you're married, I think you should definitely do that because it's so much more sacred. And there is a reason for saying to do that. There is a rule in the book, the Bible, that says that. I think that is a really important thing to do. But I think in reality, if you really know in your hearts of heart that you are going to be with that person forever, and you really think that with all of your heart, and you're in 4 or 5 years into the relationship, I mean, stuff can happen. You know, I mean, you don't go around sleeping around with people, but I mean, I really thought that I was going to be with him for the rest of my life. I did.
Indeed, as we just saw it in the previous extract, Britney Spears was asked how many partners she had, if she already had a partner at all, and if she had lost her virginity. Those kinds of questions were never asked to some men. Indeed, it would maybe be glorified, or people could make joke about that, but it would never be a true question, waiting for a true answer. We're now going to watch an extract about Taylor Swift.
I haven't talked to him in a while because we didn't date.
Yes, you did. Why do you deny it?
Because we didn't.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Okay, so let's just talk about the new CD then. There's a lot of songs. Which song is about Zach on the new CD?
There's nothing really about Zach on the CD because we didn't date.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk about your number one hit, We Are Never, Ever, 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 Ever Gonna Get Back Together. Who's that about? Here's what I'll do. You don't have to say. I'm going to show pictures. Here's a bell, and you ring it when.
Oh my God.
All right? We'll show pictures.
I don't know if I'm going to do this.
Yeah, you will.
This is the one thing that I have. It's like the one shred of dignity that I have is I know that.
What do you mean one shred of dignity? You're filled with dignity.
But people go and make guesses about it, and the only thing that I have is like that one card.
Ring it on 3 different guys. We'll narrow it down. So ring it 3 different times. So then it's still out there. We still don't know. So let's show some pictures. All right. right,
We
don't
didn't date.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's ridiculous to show's act. They never did date. Okay.
What?
Hold it like you're gonna ring it at some
bad
point.
this
Okay.
makes me feel?
All right. Danny DeVito, did y'all date?
You know I can't talk about that.
All right. All right, John.
What I don't know what I'm.
You're supposed to ring
But
one.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
All right, I'll ring.
Because they'll send me angry emails,
Here.
and I don't want to get them.
I'll hold it for you. Oh, you didn't.
No,
you
it
didn't
wasn't-
date
not
him.
him. We didn't
No,
date.
he's getting married. Okay.
We didn't,
didn't date.
either. What are you doing to me? This is me. Stop it! Stop it!
Okay, all right.
In this extract, Taylor Swift is asked how many sexual partners or partners at all she ever had. Miley Cyrus was also asked the same question and was blamed for the fact that she had a lot of different partners, whereas for her ex-husband, it was never asked, but they were in the exact same situations. It really highlights the double standards that men and women are facing every day. Are gender-neutral terms necessary?
I guess, yeah.
In that case, language is, I think the opinion is that it has a big impact when we talk about pronouns, but in some cases, I think it's not, practical. Like we can think about other issues, and then that's kind of a side work that we can work on once the progress on more important topics is being delivered.
Is society becoming anti-male?
No. No.
Is the society...
Actually, it isn't. Feminism is anti-patriarchy because patriarchy is constraining both men and women. Women by a lot of things such as judging sexual behavior or expecting social gender norms, but also men are expected to behave in a certain way, to be strong emotionally speaking, or not to cry in front of other people. Feminism is thus anti-patriarchy rather as being anti-male.
But feminism, and more precisely modern feminism, is not only against patriarchy, it is also against matriarchy. As shown in the movie Barbie of 2023, both situations, patriarchy and matriarchy, when they are taken to extremes, they are completely absurd and ridiculous. In fact, they are constraining, so modern feminism is trying to prove and to show that a society can really work only when both genders are truly equal. Barbie isn't proof that feminism has gone too far. It is a proof that gender critique has become emotionally charged, and that says more about our society than about the film.
Do men still need to pay on the first date?
Yes. Yes. It's like not so important, but when we talk about like paying on the first date, I think there is the space in the society and like the social norms to say, okay, maybe it's nice if the man pay on the first date, since usually like now there's still the problem of they're still paid more. But it's nice to see people saying, okay, it's in some occasions, in certain circumstances, if, for example, the female comes up with the idea of going out, it's nice for her to say, okay, maybe since it was my idea, then I decide to pay. And like, it depends on the situation, but yeah.
Are sexist jokes ever acceptable?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Depends.
Yes, but between close friends, of course, when you know it's nothing like harm or degrading for some people.
Has feminism gone too far?
Yes.
It's not too far, but there are some like extreme cases where the narrative is, I think, too focused on the fact that things are going wrong. And I'm like, yeah, sure, there is still progress to do, but in some cases we have to acknowledge the fact that there is still progress being made.